family. It's good to have you here. Today I have some crampy pains, and so this is going to be a little slower, easier, intentional. Settling down into our bodies. And I'm going to use this word, this teacher I like, Mark Laws, he was focusing a class on the word savor. So as we find our seats here, we're going to start with a pranayama and really stepping into the savoring of the breath. So exhale everything out. Let your sits bones root. Let a growing, and find an easy breath. We'll find the more cultured breath work in a little bit. But find the tailbone in your body with your eyes closed, and imagine a root growing out of that tailbone and into the earth. It grows long, about 6 feet into the earth. And then off of your sits bones, you've got kind of diagonal roots growing. So the sits bones are the base of the pelvic, that huge pelvic cradle we have. So from there, you've got these strong roots into the earth. So it's like you've got a tripod down there. And then let your pubic bone, so the front of the bone in the pelvic cradle, just be coated in gold. So it has, because you got a gold pubis. Yeah, that's how much your pubis is worth. Don't give it away. So yeah, your body's gonna get dug up for your gold pubes. So let that be coated in gold, so it just has a little bit of weight to it. So it's almost actually a quadrupod of grounding there. And let your hands be face down on your thighs. Just rub the thighs a little bit to feel a little bit of that connection. And then from the collarbones, we're going to grow a little bit wider and then work with that diagonal of the shoulder to the hip, to the shoulder and the hip. And so like make that X in your mind of that shoulder, hip, hip, and then make it a little bit longer, wider spread. Through that spread, you find an easy lift. Yay for you. There's nothing more that I'd like to do. Toto, help us now to savor this moment. So now that we've got this X in our body, we can find an easy lift off of our head, and where a hook would be in a skeleton. This is the season of spooky skeletons hanging around. Put a hook there and just make your head float gently. Don't like make it a musculature kind of like pull, but like float gently off of this whole thing. So now we've got this posture for sitting. Let the breath fill the body. And easy exhale. And as you're just bringing your mind to your breath into this posture, I'm just going to pontificate for a little moment on savoring. I've been also trying to step into the flow more, just thinking about flow, because sometimes I get caught up on everything I have to do and I get very grumpy and grumbly and I get overwhelmed with all my to-dos, and then I just want to quit everything and cry in my bed. So instead, like, how can we bring savoring and ease to each moment? And it often starts with coming back to the breath. Because if we're just in each moment that we have to do, we're not tumbling forward into the never-ending to-do list. You're never going to cross off all those things, ever. If you have an exciting and passionate life, you're always going to have a to-do list. So this idea that you're going to finish it all and be able to relax one day, it's insanity. You're never going to do that. So just finding the savoring of each moment and the stepping into the flow. So with this pranayama, let's follow the breath, finding the next exhale, letting it all go out. Yeah. And then inhale deep into the belly, mid-belly, chest, up above the collarbones. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly exhale out the chest, out the stomach, out the lower. Hold it empty. 2, 1. Release. Inhale. In. 3, 4. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the body, down to the lower belly. Hold the exhale out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale slowly, not like you're racing, bringing it and savoring it. What is it to hold at the top with the breath, filling the body, pranic energy, filling your cells, and release out the belly, the breath out, and hold on the exhale. 3, 2, 1. Bring the breath in. Easy breath, your own timing. Finding the breath in the body with your own inhale and exhale, letting the body be breathed. And taking this moment to exist on the level that is more on the heart as opposed to the head. So by savoring it, and what is that? What is savoring? To taste, to enjoy, to revel, perhaps, in this moment, as opposed to rush through to get to this finish line. We take moments to be. And then in this seated exploration, just one more thing I want to move into, a small meditation where we find the breath again and the line of thoughts in the head. So we'll have a little bit of silence here, and when you notice yourself thinking, I would love for you to kindly and with friendly energy just say thinking, and then let it evaporate into big sky, like a cloud in the sky. Let it evaporate out. So if you find a line of thinking, you label it thinking, let it dust away. And what we're going to do is come to the deep ocean of the heart. So the head and the thoughts are the surface of the water, of the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean goes so deep. And if you thought that just the waves were only the ocean, you'd miss out on the entire ecosystem and depth of the ocean. So when we release the thought and say thinking, then we go back into the deep ocean of the heart, and that is the feeling of an all-encompassing kind of that oneness, that eternal divine love that is within our heart and that exists all the time, really, but the mental chatter brings us away from that. So again, connecting to the yogic posture, so reconnecting with the root of your sacrum and the root of your sits bones and that gold-plated pubis, and then letting the head float away on top of that as the collarbones go wide and the shoulder blades are on the back. We find an easy breath. We label the thoughts of thinking, and we're aiming to live in the safe compass of the divine love of the deep ocean, which is the heart space. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Bring the breath back into the body in a more intentional way, letting the next inhale be fuller, maybe the most full breath you've taken all day. Letting it out with the mouth, and a sigh, releasing all of there. Reaching your arms out, letting your eyes softly open, reaching your arms up, and bringing the hands into a prayer pose at the heart, bowing to that sacred heart's deep ocean space that where all is held and all is a part of the cycle of the earth. Nice, okay. Releasing that. It is interesting the thoughts that come up in those moments, and I don't think that the letting go of the thoughts is like discounting them, because sometimes like the thoughts that come into a moment of meditation, I think are like when we've had a moment of slowing down, they sometimes contain wisdom. And I just want to share one thought that came up for me is that in this first day of my moon, like with heaviness, like I thought before this class, I want to talk about, like where I feel energetically on the first day of my period. And then I thought, I shouldn't, because maybe there will be men in the class and like that will alienate them. Like this is my thought process beforehand. And I think I'm going to step out of that kind of patriarchal thinking with more unabashed abandon, because I think that our new phase of living is maybe a place where men can learn from the wisdom of the women's moon. And in this time when I'm slower, I'm heavier, I feel it's easier to meditate actually on the first day of my moon, because like I have like a weightiness to me. I actually feel more connected to the earth. I'm slower, I'm definitely more clumsy, I'm like foggy, but there is kind of a mystic sense that I'm able to connect to more. And so I want to welcome any men that might be listening to this post putting out into the world as a thing that you can connect to too. Awesome. Okay, let's shake out our legs a little because we've been sitting. So like just put them up in front of you. Take anything that you've been sitting on behind you. Shake, 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 shake. But we'll come back into a cross-legged pose because I'd like to reach up the arms. Put the other leg in front if you remember what they were. Reach up the arms and then take an inhale here. And then exhale, come into an easy twist. Your left hand to your right knee, gazing over your right shoulder, letting your tits be broad, your shoulder blades be on your heart, and your chin is just gazing over. Your chin is gazing. You got eyes on your chin. You stay long, and so with the inhale, we grow taller. We get those roots into the ground. The head grows longer, and the exhale, we twist just a little further. And then bring the arms back up with an inhale, and the exhale, we twist to the other side. Oh, my legs. With the inhale, growing taller, and the exhale, twisting over the left side. And in this twist, we're going to let our collarbones still be wide. The sits bone is rooted, especially that left one. The head comes up, and with the exhale, we twist. And the inhale, we go taller. And then let's bring this into a movement that is yoked with the breath. That's what yoga means, yoking the mind, the breath, the heart together. So we inhale up and exhale, twist. Inhale up and exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale up and exhale, twist. Inhale up, shoulders don't come up, just the arms, and exhale, twist. 4 more. Inhale up. Bringing that idea of savoring the movement. And ending here. Coming onto hands and knees. We'll come into a cat-cow. So inhale with the cow. Exhale, the navel comes to the spine. The spine curves up, Halloween cat. 'Tis the season for our Halloween cat. And finding this on your own timing, and then eventually, like with your own intuitive nature, like finding where you need to bring a circle into it, finding your own circle of your head and your tail, and the spots that need lubrication. And bringing that concept of savoring, of tasting the body,
I feel really lucky to have had an early experience with movement in dance in my life, starting when I was 3. And I do feel like it helped me understand the difference between pain and sensation, and find the place of savoring movement and stretch in the body. This is something that I try to explain to my mom, who didn't have movement in her life so much, and is ultra abled and a superhero because of that. But she kind of feels like every bit of sensation is pain. And so I feel like the idea of savoring helps us with this exploration. So really moving the body into the places that need to be opened, and finding what could be pain, and like finding the place of movement that makes it a savoring sensation. Tucking the toes under. Let's bring the knees up off the ground and move forward and back into the hands and knees. Putting some blood into our body. Nice. Rocking forward and back. And lowering the knees again. Coming back into child's pose. Resting the head for a moment. Stretching the arms away from the feet. Coming onto our elbows here. And then we're going to come into a forearm plank. And that rocking again, forward and back. The navel comes to the spine to protect the lower back and to tone the abdominals. Walk the feet in. We'll come into a dolphin pose, which is kind of an intense position, but it's a good way to wake up the body. Finding how the breath works when you've got a slight inversion. Bending the knees, straighten the knees. Bending the knees, straighten the knees. And then bringing the elbows off the ground into our first downward dog of the day. Pedaling out the feet, or this is, again, dealer's choice here. You can pedal out. I also like to bring the heels to one side, heels to the other side. Finding the savoring stretch here. One heel down, the other heel down, or you could just find stillness here for a moment. Connecting again to the breath. Let's do 5 full breaths here. Nice. Bend the knees. Really stick out the butt here. Coming forward into plank. Rocking forward and back in plank. Rock, rock, and then let's do little mountain climbers. So we're going to just go. Warming up the body. For 10, 9, faster, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, nice. Sit up, take off a layer. Feels good to move the body. All right, arms behind the bum. Press the palms out. Lower the head to the ground. You can bring the palms over the head. Coming back up. Hugging the body. Grab your shoulder blades if you can. Oh yeah, and then shake it. Shake it. Can you actually grab onto your shoulder blades? Nice. Right elbow up to the sky. Grab it with the left hand. Opening the side body here. And other elbow, left elbow up to the sky. Nice. Coming into camel Ustrasana here. We'll come onto our knees. We'll tuck our toes. And then gently reaching back for one heel and the other heel. Head can stay lifted or come into the cradle of the shoulders. Bringing the hands back to the lower pockets of the jeans and sitting down. And letting the feeling right now of what that kind of movement and cellular kind of mix up of the body, like bringing some breath and heat and does to the mind space. It really opens up the portal so we can, I think, rest in the cradle of the deep heart. You know, that kind of radical affirmation that life is good is easier when you have some practice of moving your body. Let's do it again. Ustrasana, camel. Tucking the toes under. Let's start with like hands in the like sexy jean pockets, the tight jean pockets. It's like the cover of an 80s movie, just like your hands in your own pockets, you know? It's like, yeah. Where it says like the 80s movie on the pocket in like thread. And shoulder blades are on the heart. Gaze up to the sky. You still have those hands in your pocket. And then you reach back one at a time for your heels. And bring your head back if you can. And if that feels too much, just stay with your hands in your pockets. Taking a deep breath into the chest. And last one. Hands back in the pockets one at a time and come back to seated. And closing the eyes, feeling the benefits of that posture. Tucking the toes under and coming into a squat. I like to have a little bit underneath my heels for a squat. So I have to fold up. Some people don't. It's really kind of how you're born, if you have a long Achilles or not. But it's really good to spend some time in squats. So we'll find this squat here and bring your hands into prayer. Your elbows are pushing against your knees. Your nipples are pressing out into the frame. Your shins should be firing up because as Westerners, we don't really spend that enough time in this pose. It's so good for the entire body, but we have a practice of porcelain seated toilets, and we don't plant rice in this position anymore. So we lose out of the benefits of this posture, but it's incredibly grounding and good for the whole body, especially the whole hip structure. Reaching the left hand out onto the ground on the left. Your shoulder blade still, the left shoulder blade still is on the back there. As the right hand reaches up to the sky, yeah. And then imagine that you're like really pushing against something so the shoulder blade can come back onto the, so it's like you've got a high five from, I don't know, Michelangelo's David, or who's in the sky? I don't know, whatever that Sistine Chapel painting is. He's coming down, he's giving you a high five, so you're pressing against him. There you go. What's up? Okay, back to the prayer pose in the center. Chest through, gaze is forward if you can. Right hand comes to the ground. So press the shoulder against the knee and the knee against the shoulder, right? Left hand comes to the sky, and imagine that Sistine Chapel fella coming down, giving you a firm high five to push against. Nice. Coming back into a prayer. Let's straighten the legs. Stay on your little your foldy thing though here, if you have that. Release the head out. Shake it out, no. Shake it out, yes. Because we're going to come into a little series where we use when we come back, come up and down. Though I might actually do it a little bit less, my fold. Just because now I'm a little bit more open. So coming into that forward fold, that's good. Let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up. Coming into a prayer, bending into the shape of Utkatasana or a fierce pose. Arms extend up. Coming up again into a prayer and coming down all the way to the squat. Oh my gosh. Standing up all the way. Hallelujah! Coming into a prayer. Fierce pose or Utkatasana or a chair. Your sits bones are reaching for the chair behind you. Really reach your, it's like you've got fingers off of your butt. Hey, finger butt. You're really reaching for that chair behind you. Look back up, come into prayer all the way down. So it's like a 2 prayer because you're living on a prayer to get through this. We've got 5 more. Standing up. Reaching with your full body self, coming into a prayer, sit down into the chair, arms back up, extended, look up towards the hand. We're living on a prayer, all the way down. Oh my gosh, we've got 4 more. Reaching up, sitting down, reaching the arms, knees stay bent. Coming back into a prayer, all the way down, 3 more. Standing up, reaching up, prayer, Utkatasana. Reach the arms out, gaze up, bring it into a prayer, all the way down. 2 more, reaching up, and prayer, Utkatasana. Reach arms up, gaze up, come into that prayer again, all the way down. 2 more. Did I say 2 more? Yeah. Utkatasana. Reaching. Fierce pose. Reach up. Prayer all the way down. Last one. Reaching up. Coming into that prayer to Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach the butts back. Arms extend, coming into the prayer all the way down, standing up. You did it! Oh my gosh. I hope you feel like you've done something today. Because you've done something. And hopefully it's not vomiting in your yoga mat. Nice work. Proud of you. Okay, let's actually do a little bit of shaking. Here we go, yeah. Shake it all out. Shake the feet too. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Let's do 8, 8, 8, 8, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Nice. All right, breathing in. Top of your mat. Exhale. Flat back down. Release the head. Gaze forward, bend the knees, jump or step back into plank. Chaturanga, all the way down to the ground. Tabletop your fingers, tops of the toes into the ground, baby cobra up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, plank pose. Press back into downward dog. Downward dig. Downward dig. Dig it. Downward dig it. Can you dig it? Shoulder blades onto the back. Left leg up onto the sky. Open up the hips.
Feel that juice. Do you like that juice? I like it. I like to savor that juice. Bend the leg, really twist it open. And square the hips. Press the foot into the wall behind you. Bring the knee to the nose. Stand the foot in between the hands. Come into that long lunge. Come into crescent.
Bending the back leg, kissing the ground, almost touching it, and straighten, and bending the back leg, and straighten, holding into this crescent pose. Arms come behind you, press it out like you did earlier in the class, palms down. Hug the self like you did earlier, grabbing the shoulder blades, twisting a little bit here, holding this crescent in your legs. Fingers intertwine, press the palms up to the sky. Bend the right elbow, grab it with the left. Bend the left elbow, grab it with the right. Nice, open, warrior two. Reverse to warrior, inhale. Keep the bend in the front leg. Opening up that side body, nice, beautiful. Side angle pose. Elbow to the knee, reaching up the right hand. You've got a 90-degree, knee is over the ankle in your front, gazing up to the sky. Coming back into warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Press back into plank. Lower all the way down. Baby cobra, toes untuck. Toenails give you the juice to come a little further into your arch here. Tuck the toes. Plank. Downward dog. Gaze to the hands, bend, step, walk, hands to the feet, feet to the hands, I mean. Release the head, shake it out. Release the breath, exhale, inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. With the exhale, close the eyes, bring the heart and the hands and the thumbs into a prayer. Connect to an intention that you want to wed to your practice that can also spill out into your life. With the inhale, open the eyes, reach arms up. Spread the arms flat back all the way down on the exhale. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, bend, jump, step back, plank. Hold that plank for a moment, and then exhale all the way down. Untuck the toes. Cobra, the babes, the cobra. Tuck the toes, pressing back into plank. Downward facing dog. Right leg up to the sky, open up the hip, bend the knee. Really bringing the foot to the butt and the knee to the sky. Nice. Gazing under the right pit. And then straighten out the hips. Press that foot back. Pressing the hands into the ground. Bringing the knee into the chest, into the nose, and then stepping that foot forward. Long lunge here. Connecting the root of the feet so that we have the root to rise here. Abdominals come in to protect as we bring our arms into a crescent pose. Opening up the front of the quad and the hip in this crescent pose. And the arms come back behind the sacrum. We press the palms out, away towards the ground as we keep that position in our legs. Again, finding the breath in the body. Savoring this moment as we hug ourselves, opposite elbow on top if you can. Remember how you did it before. Hugging the self, grabbing the shoulder blades. Nice. Keeping that bend in the front leg. Arms come up, interlace the palms, press the palms away from the body. Reinvigorate the bend of that front leg. And bending the left arm, grabbing the right, with the right hand, the left elbow. Opening up the side body. And grabbing the right elbow, the left hand. Nice. And arms back up, opening into warrior two. Shoulder blades on the back, gaze is off the middle finger. Give the gaze off the middle finger. Bending that right knee into a 90 degree. Pressing the back foot. The arch is lifted on the back foot so that the outer seam of the back foot is really sealed to the ground. Reverse, inhale, reverse that warrior, lifting the right arm up, opening the side body, exhale. Extend, long, side angle pose. Once again, inhale, reverse, exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two, cartwheel down, pressing back, plank, lowering all the way down. Tabletop the fingers, pressing the toes into the ground. Baby cobra this up with an inhale. And exhale, press into plank, back into downward facing dog. Nice. Walk, jump, step, fly, hands to the feet to come to the hands. Release the head out. And inhale, reverse. Gaze up. Hands come to the heart. Arms up. One more time. Through that sequence. Inhale, gaze up, exhale, down. We're gonna just do one breath with each. Inhale, gaze up, heart comes forward, bend the knees, jump back, plank, chaturanga, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, open it up, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten out the hips. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, stand it up. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, press the palms out. Exhale, hug the body. Inhale, arms open wide. Exhale, interlace, press the palms to the sky. Inhale here, open up to warrior two. Reverse, inhale. Exhale, side angle. Reverse, inhale. Exhale, side angle. Reverse, inhale. Adding on one movement here. Come down to the ground. We're gonna do side angle pose facing the left. So right foot comes back, side angle plank, not side angle pose, but this is side plank. Side plank, bring the foot to the knee if you can in a passe, or just keep it as it is. And coming back into a plank here. Chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog.
right. Oh no, we're gonna come back. Bend the knees, jump to the hands. Straighten, release the head. Exhale, inhale, reverse swan dive. Bringing the arms up into a prayer. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, flat back down. Release the head. Inhale, gaze forward. Bend the knees, jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up to the sky. Open up into the twist here. Really open the top of that. Exhale, straighten out. Inhale here, exhale, bring the knee into the chest. Step into crescent pose, inhale. Exhale, bringing the hands behind the sacrum. Inhale, press out the palms. Exhale, hug the body. Inhale, release the arms out wide. Exhale, arms up. Inhale, bring the palms to the sky. Exhale, open up, second position, second, warrior two. Reinvigorate the front bend. Inhale, reverse, warrior, exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse. Bring the arms down, cartwheeling down. So your left hand is going to be where you're putting your weight. Your right foot comes back into that side plank position. Strong here, beautiful. Bringing the foot to the knee in a passe. Beautiful. Pressing back into plank, chaturanga, upward or cobra, downward facing dog. Nice. Oh, you did it. The hard work is done. You could jump to seated here, or you can just bring your knees down. Bringing your feet in front of you, hugging in. Nice. Releasing the arms in front of you, sitting up tall. Let's glue the feet and the knees together, and we'll roll back just to the top of the sacrum, and then roll back up, and chest comes out and arms come to the side. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale a little bit further down. Suck those knees together. Go to the top of the waist and then coming up. Arms open. And exhale. To the bra line. And inhale, coming all the way up. Arms come to the sides. And exhale. All the way to the top of the neck. And back up. And all the way down. And rolling back up. Bringing the knees to the chest, balancing on the tailbone. We're gonna roll like a ball here and really just thinking about the abdominals creating it as opposed to kind of force. So we're gonna balance at the top here and then roll back. Try to keep your knees the same distance, or your feet the same distance from your butt the whole time. And again, using abdominals to send you back. And once again, balancing at the top. And for fun, stupid extra credit, our arms and legs go straight. Oh, roll back. And balance. You can do it. And roll back. Ah, nice. Okay. Oh, good job. We're almost done. How you feel? Good. All right. Just extend the arms here again. Roll down all the way. Let the legs go long. Hug the knees into the chest. Just roll around on the sacrum. Hug the left knee in, let the right leg go long. Do some circles of the foot, of the right foot on the ground. And bring the right and left knee over to the right side. Extend the left hand out. Bringing the knee back in the chest. Interlacing the hands behind the thigh. Hamstring is the word I was looking for. And then straightening as much as possible. The left leg up straight. Point the foot. Now do demi-point, which is like a flight or a releve. Then heel. So flex the foot. Then come just to the balls of the toes again. Or we'll say demi-point. Demi-flex. Big circles here. When you come the feet to the front, really spread the toes out. So like you're really spreading the toes, like really making this circle of energy. Stirring a cauldron. Nice. Bend the knee, figure four. So you're gonna bring the right knee behind the left ankle, interlace around the other hamstring. And find where you like to have this pose. Like I like to have sometimes my bottom leg straight or bent in further. Flexing the left foot. You could do a little isometric stretch here where you bring your elbow into your thigh, open it even further. Nice. Extend this on the ground and bring this whole position over onto the right side of your body. So you're making a four. You're pressing your hips through. Yeah, straighten your leg on the ground. Pressing your heel out, flex position. Bathing beauty on the side of the pool. Let's extend the left leg up to the sky in a slow développé. Nice. Again, with those foot circles on the sky. Nice. Bending the knee, coming back into that four position, pressing the hips through. Then bending the right leg, coming back into that position, hugging it in one last time. Nice. Right leg up to the sky, left leg is extended out on the ground. Oh, actually, first we gotta do this. Hug the knee in. Finding the places in the body where you need to hug it in the hips, bringing the left knee all the way over to the right and reaching, reaching the other side. Wait, bringing the right knee to the left and reaching, you got it, it's a twist.
breathing into the ribs here. Finding that place where you can open the ribs. Savoring the breath. Bringing the knee back into the chest. Interlace the fingers behind the leg, extending it up. Yes, now finding those circles. Spreading the toes wide as your feet, your toesies come to the front. Ooh, yes. So good for foot health, reversing the circles. Straightening the leg if you can. Demi point, point, demi, flex. Demi, point, demi, flex. Demi, point, demi, flex. Nice. Bending the knee, bringing the left knee to the right ankle, finding that 4, reaching in behind the hamstrings, pulling it in. Oh. If you'd like to, putting a little bend in that right elbow so you open up the right hip even more. Holding that for a moment. And taking this whole position, rolling onto the left side of the body. And hand behind the head, pressing the hips through. And coming up onto demi point, and then pointing the foot, extending the leg up to the sky. Make some circles on the side of the body here, balancing as we circle the top of the foot, reversing the circle. Stretching it long like a graceful ballerina. Bend the leg back down. Pressing again into this pose where your foot is standing in front of your knee. Bending the back leg. Going back into the figure 4 on the back. Hugging both knees equally into the chest. Coming into a quick plow pose. Head stays in the center, so don't turn the head from side to side. As you press into the ground, bringing the head, feet over the head, hands to the lower back. Bringing the knees to the forehead, bending the knees. Bringing the hands down to the mat behind you, like brake pads, making it so you can slowly roll down into your Shavasana. Finding this corpse pose. Once again, returning to the ocean of the heart. Relaxing all of your body, letting it sink into the sand, making an imprint. Allowing yourself to be devoid of thoughts. Reveling in the fact that you
have no thought that is next, and if you do, you label it thinking and let it float away like a bubble. Practicing our final resting pose, and in this acceptance of our final resting pose, we also allow our eventual understanding and acceptance of death. We do not fear this cycle for everything from the follicles in my body, where there's a certain death to bleeding, to our creativity, the duende, the ember of the fire. We all have little deaths, and we grow up again, and to fight against the natural cycle that we're also experiencing seasonally here on the West Coast and the East Coast of the Northern Hemisphere. We're seeing the leaves die, and we don't shout and rail against the dying of the leaves, but rather understand that it's a cycle. Falling into this death. Like Alice down the rabbit hole, just enjoying the fall. Releasing any focus of the breath, just letting your body be breathed. Floating down the river, in the flow. Now getting a little bit more energy from the breath coming in your body. Savoring the breath as if it were your second chance at life. Maybe life went away, and then this is another chance to not get hung up on small things, but rather radically affirm the joy of living and the challenge that comes with it. The joy of connecting, of love and food and sharing, of children, of animals. Radically affirming this life breath in your body, feeling it energize all the cells, being reborn. Bringing that energy into a movement of the feet and the hands as you stretch the feet and the hands away from each other, wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, stretching the arms over the head, reaching further on one side and then further on the other, rolling over to one side. Taking that joy of your second life into everyone that you come in contact with today, pressing up easily into a seated position as we close our practice. Sitting firmly on our golden
quadruped. Bring the arms up into the ether, grasping the knowledge that we have into our fingertips, bowing the head, grateful for this brief slice that goes by too quickly. Namaste. I bow to you. I bow to you, the wisdom that brought you here, and I'm so grateful that you took time out of your day to be part of this and do it, and it's so good for your body, and it's not only good for you, but everyone around you. Thanks again for being someone that is connected to me and makes my life infinitely richer. Thank you so much for coming.